welcome back to the channel, everybody. So when I brought this bike home, I tried to get this thing started. I don't think I was actually getting any spark. Kind of looked around, and I had found that this bike had been sitting since 2009 was the last time this thing was actually registered to be on the road. So I think with that, we're going to go in here and try to clean up the points and see if that will give a spark. If not, I got a set of points and condensers and everything to replace it in, and possibly clean up all the contacts on the voltage regulator on the other side. But when I go in here, I'm just going to make sure that all the points are set in where they need to be, and just kind of give this thing the best possible outcome. The other thing I noticed is I don't think I was getting any gas down in through the carburetor. So realizing I wasn't getting a whole lot of gas out of here, when you turn the petcock on, it wasn't flowing until you turned it all the way on to reserve. Then it wanted to flow, but even just a little bit. So took all that apart, and the filter screen is pretty nasty. I'm going to take that and get it cleaned out. Alright, so came back with a new fuel hose and a few things to clean up the screen, because they don't just sell the screen by itself. You have to get the whole petcock and screen as one piece. But the petcock is actually good. It was just a bad screen that was completely clogged up with everything. Now, I don't pretend to be a bike mechanic by any means. I have worked on car engines. I messed with race car motors. Those I'm comfortable with. A lot of times, like for instance, this bike build back here was done with a friend of mine that was pretty knowledgeable in bikes. Kind of knew his stuff. He could build car motors. He could do a lot of things. And that's one reason why he helped me with that bike. And I learned a few things. But as far as this one goes, I have bought books. I had a friend give me an original owner's manual to this bike. Thanks a lot. But I like messing with stuff. I like the experience of getting to know how to do things on my own. I just overall like messing with bikes like this. So if you guys see me doing something wrong, let me know. Any input is good. Now, a lot of times before I start messing with a whole lot of things like this, I will go to YouTube. I'll Google it. I'll read through the service manual and stuff like that. Kind of help figure out my way along a lot. I don't know. I just like being able to do it on my own though. Especially when you get into these older bikes like this, where you have greater potential of things going wrong on the road. You'll be able to repair and make any kind of maintenance, even if it's just to put a band-aid on it to get you back home. It's always good to know things like that. But, don't ever let it bother you if you don't know what you're doing. If you need to, you can take pictures along the way, kind of look back and see what, see how things were before you took them apart. A lot of times, you know, if I take stuff apart, I put the bolts right back in where they come off at. So that way when I go back on, I know exactly which bolt goes where, because sometimes you got longer ones, you got shorter ones. And you need to know which holes those go into. So none of my videos whatsoever are a true how-to video. This is just how I'm doing it. I am threading this in gas tape. And you want to thread it, or you want to wrap it reverse of your threads. So the fuel cap that I had on here, or the original fuel cap here, the gasket was really bad in it, mostly missing. Had to get a new one. So that fits. Let's go and gas it up. See if we can't get fuel into the carburetor now. A couple more snorts of this. Kind of hard when your garage floor is soaking wet. Try putting this plate back on so I can run choke on it, because it keeps wanting to, like, you can hear it pop. So this thing hasn't really been on the road since 2009. And how do I know that? Well, Missouri has inspection stickers that are required to do every year, or maybe it's every 3 years. I'm not exactly sure. And this one has got one here, 2008, 2009, which is 2009. It's punched out right there. I don't know if he had been starting up the bike, because whenever he sold it to me, he said he couldn't ride it no more due to the fact that he had bad legs and bad knee. He couldn't kick the bike. So if this thing had been sitting since 2009, what, 15 years? That hasn't run? I don't know. It's trying. It's wanting to. I'm gonna try this choke out, and if I still can't get it to go, then it looks like I maybe ended up pulling this carburetor apart and making sure nothing's gummed up. Oh, got a big pop on that one. So sketchy, my feet are so slick. A little on the sketchy side. I mean, I ain't kidding you. Garage floor's wet and slick. Trying to kick on this. Foot keeps wanting to slip. I'm gonna need one of those pedal style kickers, that's for sure. Something that's got some grip. I want to try to kill my freaking knee every time I want to kick it over. Maybe some other idiot will come along here in a little bit in the garage and want to try to kick it over for me. See if we can get him. I just need to see if it'll run and start pulling fuel. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to probably order up a rebuild kit, make sure I got all the gaskets and everything I need to rebuild the carburetor, or to clean it up at least. Who knows how long this thing has been sitting on there and what condition the gaskets are. Oh well, let's just keep trying. Just want to put a maintainer on this thing, make sure the battery stays up while I try this for days on end. The thing's gonna run, I promise you. It's just when. Helps when you turn the key on. Oh, bless. That was the one that gets you when you got a full kick and there's nothing there. Okay. Okay. So knee says, whew, whew. Dude, give me a break. Oh. There's not a kickback. It's just when this thing slips, or I might have been off of a compression type stroke. I don't know, but that feels like a hyperextension. Every time it happens, man, that hurts. I'm gonna take a break from this for a minute. I'll come back to you. What's up? Just the person I was needing to come in here and do me a favor.
What? Kick it? Ugh.
Don't go flying off the bike now. you're pull your gas open. Pull your gas open. Yep. What is that a kick? Put your weight into it. What is that?
I want to be talking shit.
I've been in here kicking this motherfucker for 3 fucking hours, dude.
She a squirter.
Y'all just have to understand what's really happening off camera, or like between edits or between cuts of this video, is I've been kicking on this thing for about 3 hours now, chasing down things here and there as I go along. And if I can get it to run off of ether and it won't pull fuel, then I know that I need to go into the carburetor and get that cleaned out. Now, spark is on the weaker side, but it is there. Should be enough to go ahead and fire it over. But looks like I may end up having to look in replacing a few parts inside the kicker. I think the bushing might be on its way out, or getting wore out enough. No, he knows. She's sick.
I was gonna kick it harder, but I don't know how sturdy that door is.
Not very.
So I didn't want to.
So Boner has come into my garage.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling much better. I figured I'd use somebody to try to kick it. Bruce isn't doing a good job.
I'm feeding my face, damn it. It's very good, very delicious.
Yeah. There's two ways. You can like just stand on the bike normally, or you can put your knee up here and then just use your weight come straight down over here, or you can just stand up and just yeah.
I've never been around a bike as old as you, Larry.
It's older than I am, so get that right. By 1 year.
And make sure you turn the key too.
These things have fucking keys.
Okay.
So what's the first click? Just accessory?
I think so. Even though there's no really accessory on the bike.
Watch you be like really the first.
Watch this motherfucker be in gear.
It's not.
Whoa. Right out the fucking door.
No, I mean kicking.
I've never done this before, so we'll see how it goes.
Fill it for, yeah. Fill it for a nice compression on it.
Fuckers on the move make this look easy. What? Holy fuck.
That's one of those where they kick back your leg.
Huh?
That's one of those that kick, wham, snap your leg back.
Oh, this is one of them bastards?
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ.
You think I would have called you to come here just to push a button?
What?
You think I would have called you to come here to push a goddamn button? Oh.
Like that.
Why the fuck do you want a bastard child like this?
Lucifer, man.
Yeah.
This is Lucifer.
Jesus Christ, it's not in gears. Don't you hold the clutch yet, or do you hold the clutch?
I do it on habit, but it's in neutral. Until you actually hit the clutch or hit the shifter.
It's over here.
Yeah.
No.
The 68 shifter is over here, and the clutch is on that side.
That's right.
But yeah, you can try it with your knee up. You can get like a straight down.
My problem is my fucking knee hits right here. When I come down?
Yeah, because you're leaned over, all your side is on that side. If you stand up on it, like knee up. you ain't doing it like that. There you go. Open the throttle. Ooh. Open the throttle. Yeah. No, you don't have to go all the way. Just give it some opening.
Ooh, that one hurt.
It's gonna feel weird because the bike's gonna rock on you, but it ain't going anywhere.
Fucking Christ. I'll stick to mine. Yeah, that one. I got that fucker good.
Yeah, this one, it needs a bike pedal style kicker on it. But it's getting to that point now. Like I finally got it cleaned out the points on it, got them to spark.
Contacts cleaned?
Yeah, contacts cleaned out. They were nasty.
Does it have fuel in it? Like good fuel?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, go ahead and turn it on. It wouldn't matter. I was gonna be here with this anyway. I don't know if the carburetor is even gonna flow fuel or like spit it out like it needs to.
The float might be stuck in there.
That's why I'm sitting here with this.
Try with your hand. Your arm fucking.
Yeah. Right.
Why not?
No.
Why not?
You try it. Go ahead.
Think it's gonna be that bad?
Go ahead. Go ahead. Arm it.
Watch, this fires right up too.
It backfires. Move.
Yeah, the way
Definitely
I'm sitting.
He definitely ain't gonna have a boner no more.
Fireball.
He's got
asshole.
He's gonna have the fire crutch.
Yeah, that'll be your nickname. Fire crotch and backfire on
I ain't a fucking redhead, damn it.
The fiery boner.
What the fuck?
Oh.
I touch it and it falls back. Jesus Christ, Larry.
It just needs to get running. That's all.
Yeah, after I got fucking injured after like 6 kicks.
It's been 15 years since the damn thing's ran.
Yeah. Why don't you just take it all the way out and fucking clean everything up?
Because I don't have a carburetor kit for it, like all the gaskets. Like if right now if I take it apart, I may tear gaskets and shit like that.
Did you not find a kit?
I haven't. I've been just doing one thing at a time, making my way through. Because if I don't have to tear it apart, I'm not going to tear it apart.
Oh, I would. It's been sitting for 15 years? It's been since 09?
Mm-hmm. If it looked differently, then yeah, I'd probably go through it.
It's been sitting for 15, 16 years.
There ain't been no gas in the gas tank. There was orange gas in the bottom of the fuel line. So if that's the case, there might be some gumness in the carburetor.
No
But-
owner likes that gummy.
But it should still fire
I'm
because
a gummy bear.
it should still fire and run because shooting this in straight down through the yap. So it'll still run off of this even though the carburetor's gummed up.
Okay, so it should have fired off already.
You thought.
So what are we missing?
The only other thing I can think of is the spark might be a little on the weak side. Here, look, I'll let you guys be the judge of what I'm seeing for spark.
Hold on. We're gonna get zapped off this shit.
No,
You see butterfly.
Look at that fucking smirk.
no, we're not.
There's a fucking smirk there.
I've been doing this. You're rubber handled anyway.
Yeah, you know what happened when Fluffy grabbed my fucking spark plug wire to check spark? He got fucking zapped.
With the rubber handles?
He had the plug wire.
With
Yeah,
rubber
that's why.
Yeah, but you got rubber handles. Just gonna hold it up to the head bolt.
I don't fucking trust you at times, Larry.
Wow.
Here, look, we can do it this way though. We can do it this way too. I just.
Yeah, you're laughing because you were gonna get my ass zapped. I ain't no fucking dummy.
Alright.
You were waiting for it too, weren't you?
No.
Yeah, you were.
Alright, check spark real quick.
Yeah, weak.
It is a weak spark.
Dude,
Ow.
yeah. I do need plugs. Might not be gapped right, dude.
Even if it wasn't gapped right, it still should shoot out
Yeah.
big fire, but I thought that would be enough spark to go ahead and fire off like that.
No, it's gonna be a lot brighter than that. You got some bottom end gaskets down here on your jugs. They got some shine to them.
So what?
You have to replace these gaskets on the bottom of the jugs.
Well, some of it could be.
You see right there under my nail?
Some of it could
liquid?
be. This whole thing was condensating.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. So this could be condensation right now.
You're saying it's moist?
Yeah, this is all moist.
What's wrong with you? Never heard of Mickey and Minnie Moist? The Three Moisketeers? The fucking United States of Moistica? you know where I got that off of, right, Larry? All the moist things I just rattled off?
Yeah.
Letterkenny.
What?
Letterkenny. You got
pattern.
it's on Hulu. You gotta watch it.
What's that?
Letterkenny?
Hulu.
Hulu.
What is that?
You fucking chode.
Pitter patter.
Let's get at her.
So evidently, I got a few more things to maybe clean up, try to get some better spark. I gotta try to find some different spark plugs for this thing tomorrow, and see if that don't work.
Riley's is open for another
Check my
hour and a
coil.
half.
That's the main thing I check first is that coil. Because that coil could be bad.
He doesn't need to hear that shit.
That just means Tuesday, and then I'll get one
Wait,
Friday.
is there a coil on that bike?
No, it's just motor. So after we turned the cameras off last night, we were just hanging out and kind of messing around with this a little bit longer, and determined that we weren't getting a high enough spark coming off. Coming out of the spark plugs themselves. So we got to digging around and looking around and ended up finding out that the end of the coil is cracked from one side all the way across the other. So with that, I went and I tested out the primary terminals, and we're getting 5 ohms, which is good. We're supposed to have. Tested out the high voltage terminals, and it is way short than what it needs to be. So obviously our coil is bad, and that's going to take about a week to be ordered in, and then by the time I get it. So no more kicking the bike over for now, thank God. Now I'm just going to go ahead and get the points in time and make sure the gap is set correctly and all that kind of stuff. And I think I need to go into the carburetor and go ahead and see if I can't get that cleaned, but that's also going to be same time I get that stuff in. I'm going to order up all the gaskets for it, so I'll have it. I'm just afraid to tear all the gaskets out of it, you know. I don't know how long it's been sitting like that, and if it needs anything in it, I'll have it. So let's go ahead and get this done. Before we go over and line up our timing mark, we'll go ahead and remove this condenser over here. And what we're going to be looking for is to get this to be at its wide open position. So then we can go in and put a feeler gauge in here and gap our points. So with that being gapped out, we need to have 18 thousandths to where it just has a snug fill in there, which we do. And we'll go over to the other side of the bike over here. So as you can see, right on top of the left side cover, you'll have this little plug here. We're going to pop that off. And inside this little hole right here is going to be where you're going to find your timing marks. What we'll do now is go ahead and put this in gear and then run it all the way up into fourth gear and turn this around until we get a vertical line dead center in this slot. First we need to bungee up the clutch. I don't have these little ball end bungees, so we'll just do a zip tie method on this. You got first gear, second gear, third, and fourth gear. So now we rotate it around. This mark right here is going to be our rear cylinder 40-degree advance mark. And here's going to be our front cylinder 40-degree advance mark. And you got that dead center of the hole. So with everything out of the way, we'll want to loosen these up. you just want to have a little bit of resistance on there, because we're going to end up spinning this plate around. And I need to get a wider flathead. So in here you have these little slots here, and these little teeth that are just inside of there. So you're supposed to be able to take your screwdriver and just turn these as you need. This one is not wanting to turn at all. Interesting. It looks like these points may have corroded themselves inside of here, to where they don't want to turn. Have fun. You got to move a little bit, but maybe the tooth? Yep. See, there's supposed to be more of a tooth sitting over, there's supposed to be more of a tooth sitting in here than what there actually is. So that'd be the reason why. So trying to fine tune this one would be interesting. Oh, how can we turn this thing the other direction? I'm wondering if we don't just need to go ahead and replace this whole set out of here. With this one. I was wanting to see if this is still any good, which could be one of our reasons for not having much spark. Condenser could be bad. But our plate is not moving hardly at all. It takes a lot of force to move that. It should not. You know, at this point, I was going to go ahead and set the timing on it and get that all ready to go. That way when we're here, we get fire, we can go out the door and, you know, try it out, see how things are. So with the things I'll have to wait on, I don't have very much to do. I don't have very much left with this video. The points themselves I can't turn them. They're stuck in there as well for some reason. I don't know why. Now I tried to set the timing on this thing so it's all ready to go. That was a fail too. I don't understand why it's not moving. The adjustment inside is, you know, I can set it to full advance. You know, that rotates just fine, but the actual plate itself, I can't get it to spin. So I'm just gonna go ahead and at this point replace the entire part and just give this thing the best possible chance to go. Fun things about getting these old projects like this, you know, they've been sitting forever. Kind of neglected, you know. It's a shame. It's a shame. It's my first old bike. It's my first older bike. You ain't gonna find me letting this thing sit around, that's for sure. I got a lot of things in store for this thing. You know, I want to put a big old long ass fender on it, put some white leather tires on here, do the whole paint job on it, change all that up. I got some shocks, I got some lower shocks I can put on here. Still trying to find some lowering springs for the front. If not, I know a guy that might be able to cut the springs down and drop the front end as well, because I want this thing to sit down. But we're getting there. I don't expect this to be done all at once. You know, my other bike, I think it took maybe around total of 8 months from beginning to end. You know, I just got this thing, but it's not going to be an entire complete stripped down rebuild like the other one was. Now, sure, if I was going to take everything off of here and put it over there on that frame, yes, it would take me a hell of a lot longer. But that one is going to end up getting a hardtail section for it. But I still need to find another donor bike for this one here. But that one will be next. That is my plan anyway. So with all that, I will see you guys in the next video. Check you later.